Good evening, everyone. Here from the News Center 23 studios. Tons to talk about this afternoon. Let's jump into it. 40 degrees right now at Tuttle Middle School. Winds blowing off to the north at 6 miles per hour. Airport reading 29 degrees, but I don't see that being right, as temperatures are being reported in the lower 40s. Let's take a look here. Tracking a winter storm and Arctic push Sunday through Monday. Again, we've been talking about this for the past week. Now it's time for it to really get here. Let's take a live look at Precision 23 at the city view level. Not seeing anything on the radar right now from Indianapolis to Crawfordsville to Danville or Lafayette. As we zoom out to State View, you're beginning to see the front edge of that system out in Chicago right now. You can barely see it on radar. Regional View shows a better picture of that, paints some of those darker blues for us. Here's the past few hours. You can see that kind of progressing. Looks like maybe a few light sprinkles in the area today throughout the day, but nothing major, and probably most of those not even hitting the ground. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going to be happening tonight. Here's the setup. Arctic air behind the blue line, which is a cold front for us, and this will move in after our system moves through. Rain to the south and to the east. The east coast will be dealing much with rain. Ice going to be heading up through much of the southern portions of Indiana, Ohio Valley. Really much of that stretching really back to some of Missouri, and heavy snow will be up to the northwest of all of that, including much of Illinois, Chicago, including Indianapolis and Crawfordsville, as well as stretching out to Missouri and Iowa. Let's go ahead and show us a closer look at your system breakdown here. Heavy snow for the northwest portions of the state, following a line just to the north and west of Richmond, north side of Terre Haute, and north side of Indianapolis, dealing with heavy snow. Snow and ice is also a thing here. That line down to the bottom is where we think that much of the ice from that line and points to the south is where we're going to see much of that ice really become a factor. In between there'll be more snow than there is ice, but there still will be an ice threat. Let's jump into it. Watches and warnings have been issued area-wide. Indianapolis, Crawfordsville, Greencastle, Rockville, Lebanon, Terre Haute, and Spencer all dealing with a winter storm warning. That just goes into effect at 7 p.m. tonight and will last until 7 a.m. Saturday or Monday morning. Winter weather advisory in effect for Covington, Attica, Lafayette, Frankfort, Kokomo, Delphi, Monticello, Rensselaer, and Kentland. That is in effect from 7 p.m. tonight, in effect until Monday at 7 a.m. Just because there's a winter weather advisory instead of a winter storm warning, don't think you're out of the woods, because there is still going to be significant snowfall for our viewing area. Afternoon temperatures today topping out at 42 Crawfordsville, 45 Attica, 39 Lafayette, 38 Kokomo, 34 Rensselaer, 48 Indianapolis, 52 in Spencer, and 50 Terre Haute. Sunday morning we'll wake up to temperatures at 25 degrees Crawfordsville, 24 Lafayette, 22 Rensselaer, 27 Indianapolis, 23 Kokomo. Go ahead and take a look at your snowcast. This is at Sunday morning by 9 a.m. Now, it's still going to be snowing when the snowcast becomes what is going to be the word everywhere pretty much, but this is what is going to have accumulated on the ground. Rensselaer and Kokomo, the northern portions of Kokomo, will dealing with 2 to 3 inches of snow. Really, Lafayette, Kokomo, southern parts of Kokomo to points south, stretching just to the northeast of Terre Haute, dealing with 1 to 2 inches area-wide, and then everything else of that will be less than an inch and maybe up to 5/100ths an inch of ice. So not much to deal with down to the south, but highs on Sunday topping out only at 20, so we will be falling throughout the day on Sunday. 22 Indianapolis, 24 Spencer, 23 Terre Haute, and 20 in Attica. Here's what it's going to look like, the picture by 3 p.m. 1 to 2 inches for that white down there with up to 1/10 of an inch of ice. 2 to 3 inch bands stretching just the southern parts of Spencer, stretching along the state, really, and that lighter blue color up by Rensselaer, still dealing with 2 to 3 inches of snow. Terre Haute, because they'll see a lull, a dry air mass will move in. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Terre Haute and Spencer, Richmond, dealing with 3 to 4 inches. Lafayette, dealing with about 3 to 4 inches of snow. Attica, Crawfordsville, Kokomo, Indianapolis, dealing with 4 to 5 inches of snow. Talk about what the snowcast by 9 p.m. tomorrow evening. 6 to 10 inches of snow for Indianapolis, Crawfordsville, and Covington. Terre Haute, Spencer, and Richmond will be dealing with 4 to 8 inches of snow. Small 3 to 6 inch band running right below that. Then we get down to 3 to 5 inch bands with up to 1/10 of an inch of ice. 2 to 4 inches for the deep south with up to 15/100ths inch of an ice, and 1/4 inch of ice possible for the deep south. 1 to 2 inches of snow. Up to the north, we're talking just north of Lafayette, 4 to 7 inches of snow for Rensselaer. 3 to 5 inches as we get off to the northeast, and that is because that dotted line you see there across the northwestern portions of the state, that is where we are expecting a dry air loft to move in, and that's going to cause kind of a lull, and therefore snow totals are going to drop because of that. But Crawfordsville, Indianapolis, Richmond, you're still dealing with snow. You're not going to get that lull to fill in just quite as much as what they do in the northwest. That thicker dashed line that you see to the southern portions of the state, that's the freezing rain and sleet line, and we think places from that line to the north will not see very much, if any at all, freezing rain and sleet. It should be all snow. That line, places to the south, likely for some ice accumulation there. Well, hang on, guys. We just kind of lost our picture. And we're going to go ahead and get to where we need to go, maybe. Almost there. So, regardless, travel Monday morning is going to be difficult because temperatures are going to keep falling throughout the day Sunday, or throughout the night Sunday. Temperatures when you wake up Monday morning, not very nice outside. 9 degrees Crawfordsville, 8 Lafayette, 7 Attica, 11 Indianapolis and Spencer, 10 Terre Haute, 8 Kokomo, and 6 Rensselaer. Highs on Monday not moving a whole lot. 15 Crawfordsville, 14 Lafayette and Attica, 13 Kokomo, 17 Indianapolis, 19 in Spencer, and 11 in Rensselaer. This is what we think the totals for the entire area will be by Monday afternoon. This is where I think how things are going to set up. Deep south in that white, not picking up much snow, 2 to 3 inches of snow, quarter inch of an ice. What's going to happen, and we'll time this out on future cast here in a minute. 3 to 5 inches of snow for the most of the southern portions of the state, with up to 1/1500ths of an inch of ice. Same thing for Spencer, 4 to 6 inches of snow, up to 1/1500ths inch of an ice. Terre Haute on the northern side of that 4 to 6 inch line, or that freezing rain line, 5.3 inches is what the models are thinking for them. 4.9 inches in Spencer. Those numbers may not be accurate. They just kind of give us an idea of what's going to happen, not really picking out what is really going to fall, because we could see that vary quite a bit. But that's going to give us an idea. Really, that red there, anywhere between 7 and 11 inches of snow possible in that area. Kokomo models showing 7.4, Indianapolis almost 8 inches, Crawfordsville almost picking up 11 inches, Lafayette picking up just over 9 inches, and Attica almost at 10 inches. Off to the northern sides of Lafayette, that 5 to 7 inch band, including Rensselaer, is going to fall. 6.1 inches is what the model's picking up, and from really Lafayette northern is where the totals just start to fall. So let's go ahead and talk about lows for Tuesday morning, and then we'll go ahead and time this out real quick. 6 below Crawfordsville when you wake up on Tuesday morning, 7 below in Lafayette and Attica, 10 below Rensselaer, 8 below Kokomo, 4 below Indianapolis, 2 below Spencer, and 3 below Terre Haute. Let's go ahead and time this out. This is 6 p.m. tonight. Looks like a couple flurries in the area, stretching from the eastern portions of Kokomo down to the north of Muncie and north of Anderson. Not a whole lot to deal with there. The main line of snow will get here later on. 10 p.m. is where we're going to stop. We're beginning to pick up some light snow in Lafayette and Crawfordsville, Hoopeston, Illinois, picking up some snow. Monon, Logansport, and Kokomo getting ready to see some snow showers. 11 o'clock, snow filling in across much of the northern portions of the state, including Lafayette, Kokomo, Logansport, Monon, and stretching through Anderson, Muncie, Crawfordsville, still picking up. Terre Haute on the southernmost portions of this. Indianapolis, the central part of Indianapolis, not quite picking up until midnight tonight. Then you're seeing some of those darker blues be picked up just northern of Lafayette. That is going, now this model I think is a little too heavy on the snow up north, because that dry air loft is going to build in, and this model is not quite picking that up for us. But you can get the gist. Snow throughout the day, really heavy bursts. Tomorrow afternoon may be the heaviest of it for our area before seeing another wave fill in and more heavy snow coming in tomorrow night. But this is going to slowly depart to the south. And by Monday morning, we should be dealing with mostly clear skies throughout the area. Let's go ahead and see what this model is painting the picture for snow totals for you guys. See what kind of picture it's painting snow total wise. See, it's painting a line of snow off to the north, and I don't think that's going to be quite the case. I think that line is actually going to shift further off to the south. But, I mean, time will only tell. So we don't really argue with our models a whole lot on that matter. Again, highs on Tuesday really going to rebound quite nicely. 17 Crawfordsville, 20 Indianapolis, 17 Kokomo, 16 in Lafayette and Attica, and 14 Rensselaer. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, looks like it's going to get much better as temperatures after this storm are going to make it into the upper 20s, low mid 30s, and up to the lower 40s by Saturday. Looking possibly at another chance for thunderstorms moving into the beginning of next week. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Again, tomorrow will be a mess. Sunday will be a mess. Monday morning commute will be hazardous. Expect plenty of school closures and delays. And remember, News Center 23 is your school closing authority. So we will definitely keep you updated with those. Winds, I never talked about this, but winds are going to be a big threat for us again on Sunday and Monday. It's still going to remain breezy. Sustained winds on Sunday could be anywhere between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Winds on Monday, 10 to 20 miles per hour. So blowing and drifting snow definitely going to be a hazard. Again, expect plenty of school closings on Monday. Expect plenty of school closings and delays. Probably closings not so much, but delays on Tuesday as well, as temperatures will just be brutally cold once again. Thank you for tuning into News Center 23. And remember, we have your accurate forecast with 97% accuracy on the forecast this winter season. Trust News Center 23 for your winter storms.